This is my what's in my giant ass badminton bag challenge. Is it even a challenge? Oh my god, this thing is freaking huge, I swear. So let's be candid. I've never really been a fan of what's in my bag challenges or what's in my bag videos. I just do not understand the concept. I know you have like chapstick, your glasses, your phone, and just some random shit that you just probably don't even need. It's never been like a challenge or even something that I've really been interested in. Because this is a badminton channel or we're doing badminton stuff here, I thought, hey, it might be a little more interesting for people to know what's actually in this giant ass bag that I carry around when I go play badminton. So I think the most like, whoa, I'm so interested in that kind of thing is the rackets. Maybe y'all want to know what kind of rackets that I actually use. Look at this bag. It definitely says Yonex, and you would think, oh, he's got the Yonex bag, maybe he has Yonex rackets. You are wrong! Completely wrong. No, sir. I have nothing against Yonex, and if Yonex if you ever want to sponsor me, call me up, bro. Call me up. I'm open to it. Come on, I got the bag. I'm already representing. I just need more swag. And I started off using actual Yonex rackets, but that's definitely not the case anymore. So let's just pull out all my rackets and actually get rid of this bag because it's freaking huge. Let's reveal what we have here. Obviously, we have the two $5 rackets. Look at this, look at this. Woo! I carry these around just in case, literally for the video ideas, not actually playing with this when I'm playing competitively or even with friends or anything like that. The racket that I've had the longest so far, I believe. So this right here, look at this baby right here. This is a Jet Speed S12F. Did I get this for any reason besides the decorational purposes? Not at all. I wanted the swag, I wanted the look, I wanted the feel. If you like look real closely, you might be able to see there are cherry blossoms on it too. It is 4U G5, and I definitely was using this a lot. It has really good balance. It's also really light. I'm pretty sure this is a light-headed racket. It definitely was my standard for a long time because it's a great racket if you're playing more front court than back court and you're really cutting things off. So highly recommend as a mixed racket. If you're mixed playing in the front more often, this is definitely great. And the design is just off the charts. We love it. Most of the rackets that I do have now are Victor, so you're gonna be seeing a lot of Victor. Not gonna be seeing much of anything else. So if you're looking for your Yonex recommendation, I'm sorry, I cannot help you with that. Okay, so I freaking lied to you all. I do have a Yonex racket in here. This is a Carbon X35, even balance, regular size, I guess. Let me see. This is a 3U, strong at 18 to 23 pounds. It's very interesting. So this is definitely my throwaway racket. I really don't use this much at all unless all my other rackets are broken. And that is because of this isometric head right here. So it is the same size as the other heads, but there is something when you're playing, it does feel a little different, and it's harder to hit the sweet spot on this one. It just doesn't feel as good, but this is definitely more of a beginner racket just because you can only string it up to 23 pounds. That's the recommendation. As a 3U, it's not feeling super heavy though, but maybe I'm just buff as hell. I wouldn't recommend this. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna recommend this. No. This ain't it, fam. So I got 2 new rackets this year. I was looking for just more head heavy because I've become more of an attacking player. I found one I love. I found one that's like kind of mid for me, but definitely would work in other situations. So this is the first racket I got. It's a Victor Thruster K15L. This is my first 5U racket. So this is a 5U G5, can string up to 31 pounds. And even though it is a 5U, it's also head heavy. So this thing is light as hell, whoosh, 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 but it also has head heavy capabilities too. So I would definitely recommend this for attacking players who are like mid-court, front court a little bit more, just because you get that really like fast swing while also having the push of being head heavy. But it really isn't head heavy in the sense that a 4U or a 3U racket would be, because it doesn't have the same weight. So it really doesn't have the same snap and follow through, in my opinion. This is 4U. This is a little bit heavier even though it's head light. This is a 5U and head heavy. I would say this is probably the better front court racket than this one because it is lighter. You can get those faster swings with it, and being head heavy, you can attack a tiny bit more. Not saying you can't attack with head light, but it is a different feel. My only issue is I'm playing doubles and mix, and lately I'm playing back a little more. This isn't going to give you the same feel in the back of the court as it is for the front of the court, because it has that snap for the front, not necessarily the back. I would also say terrible for singles. Do not get this for singles. This is a doubles only racket. I would say stick to 4U or even 3U for singles. Go for a 5U for doubles. One of the things that I also want to say about very light rackets, because this is my first 5U racket and it was my first time kind of experiencing how light a 5U racket really is. Lighter rackets comes with a different swinging style. So you're using a lot more wrist than a lot more follow through in order to generate that power. If you are a player where you don't have the wrist strength or even arm strength yet to hit from the back of one court and clear to the back of the other court, then a lighter racket might not actually be right for you. You might be needing a 4U racket instead of a 5U or 6U. And finally, I've already talked so much about rackets. Guys, this is crazy. This is the one! My favorite one so far. So this is a Thruster Ryuga 2 from Victor. Definitely my favorite racket right now. Head heavy. This is a 4U, can string up to 31 pounds. I use this for singles, I use this for doubles. It doesn't feel that heavy now that I'm used to playing with it. If you're carrying like this one versus this 5U, you can definitely feel the difference, right? But I would say sticking at the 4U is usually better for most players. It gives you kind of like the stability that you need whether you are an attacking player or not. So honestly, I've been so impressed with this racket. I'm thinking of getting another Ryuga as well. If anyone wants to help with that, make sure to subscribe to support me, and let's get this channel to 1,000 subscribers so I can start monetizing this. And also, any badminton shops out there who want to do a little bit of partnerships, hit me up, brother. Out of all of the rackets I have right now, definitely my favorite is the Ryuga series from Victor. Now, what else do I have in here? Oh my god. I got a mask, because, you know, COVID was 5 seconds ago. So let's talk about shuttlecocks. Our favorite thing, the cock. Contrary to popular belief, well, actually there is no belief. I don't know why I said that. Right now, I've been using the Durasmash. Well, there is not much of a reason that I've chose this brand besides it's easier to get and it's fairly inexpensive. Do I think they are better than other brands? Definitely not. But do I think they're decent for group play in a non-competitive setting? Yes. I bulked these a while ago and I'm just still getting through them. I'm thinking the next shipment of whatever I get might be different. Definitely buy your birds in bulk if you can, especially because they're expensive now, thank you tariffs. A lot of people have controversial opinions on the Durasmash, saying some say that they're too fast, I think. Some say they don't last very long, but depending on how competitive you play, there are no birds that last long at all. Like, your boy be smashing, the opponents be smashing, we all be smashing.
Daddy, chill.
We're just an orgy of smashing. And that just means that they're not gonna last. They're not gonna hold up super duper long. I also have these, aeroplanes. Definitely really do like some of the aeroplane brands, but this isn't my tube. It's my friend's tube and he left it and I just picked it up. And I am a good friend just holding on to them for now. And then I have a bunch of changes of shirts because your boy gets a little sweaty. Anyone who finds that attractive, let me know. And so finally, the last thing that is pretty much in my bag that I am using consistently is the camera equipment. So let me quickly go through what you're seeing on the YouTube channel, how I actually film, that kind of stuff. So firstly, we have this, which is deceiving because I'm just using this as a bag for the actual camera. The main camera, which is where you're seeing most of the badminton footage from, is my Insta360 Ace Pro. I know they have an Ace Pro 2 already, but I have the regular Ace Pro right here, and it has done me well. I used this to film in Japan last year as well. It has a pop-up screen. I think this has, what, 4K 120 capabilities, and I'm filming all of my badminton videos in 4K 60, and it does pretty freaking well. It also is the most wide angle lens for an action camera that I could actually find, and so that's why I do really like it, to be able to cover the court. It's almost a little too big. It's almost a little too much. It definitely does the job for those wide angle shots at the side of the court where you want to catch everything. You also need a very nice, very cool thing for your phone, so that you're able to mount your phone on any tripod that you actually have. They have kind of the crappy ones that come with a lot of the accessories and stuff. This one I bought on my own, and it's actually the best. Just because you can rotate it, it'll fit any phone, and it's just really nice to have, just in case. I also have this tripod. This is a EICAS, E-I-C-A-U-S, specifically just for your phone. You're able to put your phone on here, extends like this, and you mount your phone here, like this. So fun, so cool. This is my emergency tripod for any emergencies where I need to use my phone and film. And then I have this tripod. This is my tripod that is basically the tallest. I think this is 77 inches, or maybe it's 80 inches. And so I really wanted to try getting one of those, like, you know how BWF, they do the sky view, but they're actually using more of a professional camera, which I'm not gonna bring, and mounting it pretty far away in order to get the full court view. The issue with that is these badminton gyms are not big enough for me to do that. So if you know somewhere where that is possible, let me know. So that is my what's in my bag challenge badminton tour. Something that I do want to address before we go is tension for rackets. Now, y'all was kind of roasting me in the comments because you're like, you suck, 30 is too high. Listen, guys, listen. If you string high and you pop the strings immediately, that either means you're really good and you hit really hard, or you're not hitting in the center every time, or around the center, right? They don't break for me, yo, so I can do what I want. But in reality, like 29-30 is usually my sweet spot right now for tension, and it feels the most natural for me to play at a high tension right now. I don't have too much problems with actually breaking racket strings or anything like that, which means a lot is hitting in the center and hitting well. So just shot quality wise, if you are, you know, pretty consistent with where you hit, especially hitting in the middle, I actually do think that higher tensions are good. You don't necessarily have to string at 29-30 or even higher than that if you don't want to. That I just say I do that because I feel comfortable with that. A beginner could use 30 pounds of tension if they wanted to, right? If you're hitting it right, you have nothing to worry about. That's all I gotta say on that topic. Let's have a smash off, baby. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It's like surprisingly growing a lot for me, just, you know, making shorts, making these videos once in a while, and I do really love that you guys are liking the long form content. It's something that I used to do, and then shorts became a thing, and that became so popular, and so that's been my main thing for such a long time. But I'm really happy to bring the long form videos back, and I am positive that we're gonna be making more of them on this channel. And if you follow my main channel as well, talking more about the Japanese stuff, I'm gonna be starting to make more long form videos there too, so make sure to check that out if you're interested. And with that, I gotta be on the court in a couple hours, so I will see you later.